Everyone, and welcome back. My name is Shanika, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a very light morning yin yoga sequence for your upper body. So first thing in the morning, you don't want to go in too hard, too quick, too fast, too soon. So it is going to be lighter, and we will incorporate some lower body, mostly for the hips and groin. So for this practice, you are not going to need any props, and we will go ahead and get started in a tabletop position. From your tabletop position, making sure your knees are stacked in line with your hips and your shoulders are in line with your wrists. You can bring your big toes to touch here at the back, and you can also bring your knees a little bit wider if that feels more comfortable. From here, you're going to extend your arms closer to the top corners of your mat. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, continue to walk your fingertips towards the top of the mat and sink or melt your heart towards the floor. Taking nice deep breaths here. You can bring the chin to the mat or bring the forehead. Sometimes what I like to do is I grab the sides of my mat just for a little bit of leverage. Seeing if you can really sink the back of the chest into the mat. Coming into our last few breaths. Let's take our last two breaths. Nice big inhale. Open the mouth and sigh it out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead now. Push into your palms and just gently lift the chest and come all the way down onto the belly. So just stack palm on palm and let the forehead rest here before we come into our next pose. Let's go ahead and lift the gaze. So let's go ahead and come up onto our forearms, making sure that your shoulders are in line with your elbows. And then just go ahead and turn your palms to the top corners of your mat. And while you're here, you're making sure that you're not sinking into your shoulder girdle, but you're actively pushing away and drawing the chest through. So from here, go ahead and open your legs, maybe about just as wide as your mat, and then you're going to bend your right knee. So your right knee is now in line with your right hip, and your right knee and your right ankle are in a nice straight line. Finding length here, and exhale to relax. Always thinking about drawing that right knee away from you. Nice deep breaths. On every inhale, thinking about pushing the belly into the floor. Coming into our last few breaths here before we transition. Let's take our last two breaths here. Nice big inhale. Open the mouth and side out. One more inhale. And exhale. On the exhale, gently lower all the way down into the belly. Inchworm your left leg in just a little bit more and extend that left leg straight up. We're just going to be coming into a twist. So you're just going to use your right fingertips onto the mat as leverage and roll onto your back. So what I like to do is I push my left elbow into the floor to pick up my upper back and to help me twist. And again, making sure you're actually on your left hip. You can bring that right knee up a little bit higher, take your left hand and place it on top of the right knee, and gaze over that right arm. There's also the option to bend both knees and stack them one on top of the other if that's more comfortable. As you're in this twist, think about widening the gap between your lower right rib cage and your right hip. So making space there. And by doing this, it prevents any low back discomfort. Last few breaths here. Every inhale, see if you could bring that breath and expand it right into the rib cage. Let's take our last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale. Fill up, fill up, fill up. And exhale, sigh it out. One more. And exhale. From here, we're just going to roll back the same way we got here. So extend your left arm all the way back up and just rotate back onto your belly. Adjust and bring that right leg down to meet the left. You can shimmy out your hips from side to side and let the forehead rest. Maybe you bend the knees and windshield wiper. from side to side. So we'll go ahead now and do the same thing on the other side. So coming up onto your forearms, making sure that your shoulders are stacked in line with your wrists. Stacked in line with your elbows, and then turn your palms to the top corners of your mat. From here, maybe open your right leg out just a little bit wider. Then bend your left knee, so your left knee is in line with your left hip. And again, you're thinking about drawing that left knee away from you. And from here, inhale. And exhale, relax without sinking your shoulders into your shoulder girdle. And again, everything below the waist is nice and soft, so we're not clenching the glutes. Everything is relaxed. Again, thinking about pushing your belly into the floor with every inhale. Also feels nice to take some neck rotations here. Coming into our last few breaths here. Let's take our last two breaths. Nice big inhale. Open the mouth and sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale. So making our way into that twist. So maybe just shimmy your right leg back in just a little bit and extend your right arm up towards the top of the mat. So from here, we're just going to roll. So you're going to use your left fingertips as leverage and roll all the way on to your right hip. And then I use my right elbow, I pushed it into the floor to help pick up my upper back, to help me twist just a little bit more, and cactus my left arm. So again, if this is too much for the morning to do an intense twist like this, you can always bend both knees and stack one on top of the other. So again, looking to widen the gap between your lower left rib cage and your lower left hip. It'll prevent any low back discomfort. Coming into our last few breaths here. Let's take our last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale, fill up. Bring the breath right into the rib cage, right up underneath the armpit. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Last one, inhale. And exhale, release. Gently release the grip. We're going to come all the way onto our backs. Go ahead, draw your knees in towards your chest and just gently rock from side to side, massaging the low back. We're we're just going to squeeze here. So you can wrap your arms, so lift your head, neck, and shoulders. You can wrap your arms around your knees and squeeze and pull in, or you can grab on for your heels. So you should feel your belly or your thighs compressing up against your belly. And you're just going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze into a nice tight little ball for 3, for 2. Let's take a nice big inhale and exhale. Gently release. Extend your legs out wide, arms out wide for your Savasana. So taking these few moments for yourself to set your intention for today. So you can feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like. I hope you enjoyed today's practice, and I will see you back here again soon. Have a wonderful day.